Now, in the earlier lecture, we saw that when I have a function z is equal to function of x and y, I know del f del x exists and del f del y exists. I have to find the how z changes along any given direction I have got a tool. And what is the tool? Right? Now, I already have got a vector like this. The right side, this right side, can be now described as a dot product. Imagine, you just remember dot product, I hope, of two vectors. What two vectors? If I define one vector called like this, and I dot producted this with u, which is this, what will I get? I will get back this result. So this vector is given a name. This is called the gradient of f, and it is denoted by a symbol called nabla. And it is written as grad of f is equal to now tell me one thing, that this gradient has a very interesting property. I will not go into all the properties because this is not a mathematics class. I will take only that property up which is required for our application. What is that property? That property is, now I can say in the other way around, that gradient is used to find the directional derivative. How? If I want to find the directional derivative along a direction u, I will have to just do a dot product of the gradient of the function with the unit vector along that direction. Grad f dot u, I get my directional derivative, right? Now, if I want to know the change of z along a direction v, what will I do? First, I will find the unit vector along this direction v. How do we find usually? We take the vector v and we normalize it by the length of the vector. This gives me the unit vector along v, which I denote by v cap. Okay. And then what do I have to do to find the change of z along this direction? I will just have to dot product this with grad f. This will give me the change, right? Now, when you take a dot product of two vectors, you usually get, what is the dot product of a vector a and b? It is mod ab into cos theta, right? So it is like mod a into mod b into cos theta, where theta is the angle between a and b. So this is, I should write like, this is my dv cap f, maybe at point xy. Okay, I will write xy here also. Dot v is, according to our definition of dot product, I am taking a magnitude of this into the magnitude of this and cos phi, where phi is the angle between this vector, this is a vector as you can see, and this vector, right? What is the magnitude of this? 1. So this goes off. It simply becomes this, right? What is the range of cos theta values? Right? So if that is the case, when will be this value, this directional derivative along v become maximum? I will write the directional derivative here again, which I have come, which we have come up to. Sorry, no v here. Cos phi, right? We are seeing this particular thing. What is the maximum value for this expression? The maximum value for this expression is attained when cos phi is 1, when cos phi is 1, dv cap xy is max. When is cos phi 1? This means phi equal to 0. Phi equal to 0 means the angle between grad f and v is 0, which in turn means that fxy changes maximally along the direction of grad f. This is the key takeaway for which I was proving and showing so many things to you, that if I have a function of function fxy and I want to know the direction in which f is changing maximally, how do I know the direction? I know the direction by this vector grad f. So the gradient gives me the direction of maximum change of f. I repeat, the gradient gives me the direction of maximum change of f. Remember this once and for all. It is a very, very important message if you are into artificial intelligence for now and future. So we will see why, of course, and we will see whether we can take up a small illustration in the next video.